All right, I want you to imagine the following scenario. You decide that for your business, you're going to forget everything else and you are going to focus entirely on the transformation that you can create in the life of your client. The way that we can frame this is say, how will your client's life be completely different within 90 days of working with you? My name is Pete Scott. I'm a sales transformation expert. I've quite literally helped hundreds of the biggest brands around the world with sales transformation. That's my thing. I'm also the author of Sales Energetics, and I'm here today to discuss my favorite topic when it comes to sales, which is cutting through all the noise, cutting through all the distraction and saying, hold on a second, how deeply do you want to help your client? How much of a change do you want to create for them? How will their life be different because they met you? It is so easy to get caught up in selling the wrong thing. And most businesses, especially service providers, and the clue is in the title, service provider. Most are caught up selling the service and the time of what they do, and that is not the outcome. And it doesn't matter how much you try and package that service, or you say, hey, you get a block of 10, it isn't valuable to the client. What is valuable to the client is how their life will be completely different, specifically in the area that you can help them. And all of a sudden we shift from trying to sell another service to selling transformations that are worth thousands. So think about it from this perspective. You go to see a personal trainer and you say, hey, I've been thinking about losing a bit of weight, know that I need to get myself back in the gym, I've got to exercise, I've got to look after myself, but actually what I want to do is I want to work with a personal trainer. And the PT sits you down and they say, okay, well, what we can do, we can look through our menu of services that we have here at the gym. You can book a one-off PT session, that is going to be $75, or you can book a block of 10, you save 10%. Or what you can do is you can book for our nutrition assessment. Can you see where this is going? The issue is now is that the personal trainer is selling something you do not need or want. All you care about is getting in the best shape of your life. So we must understand that the metrics of what we discuss, they all play a role. And remember, value isn't created in the seller. You're not creating value. Value is created in the mind of the buyer. This is super important. So when we go to buy anything, it's not about what the company or what the individual who's trying to sell you, what they're saying about it. It's about what you're visualizing in your own mind. And the more effective we are, we can create the visual, the movie in the mind of the buyer, the more likely they are to buy. So instead of selling sessions, we forget all of that and we say, okay, we sit down with the personal trainer and the personal trainer says, it's great that you've come to see me today. Let's just talk through where you're at right now. What's the number one reason why you came in to see me? What's the big goal that you want to achieve? You can achieve anything over the next 90 days. I'm not saying you become an Olympic athlete, but what you do is in 90 days from now, you are looking, feeling the best that you've felt in years. What does that mean for you? You see, for me, I know what that means for me. And by the way, I always throw this in. If a client isn't sure, because this is a tough question, when you start saying, hey, what is the ultimate goal? How do you want to look and feel in 90 days from now? They might feel overwhelmed because they've not had the opportunity to think about that at all. They've just come to the gym because they're going, I just want to lose a bit of weight. Okay, well, let's work on this together. By the way, you're always working as a team with your client. But if they do hesitate, this is where you sit with them and say, look, I know what looking and feeling the best in my life is for me. I've got energy. I practically jump out of bed every morning. I don't have that afternoon lull. I'm not making poor decisions around my diet. I also notice how when I'm eating the wrong foods and I'm not feeling good, that has a massive effect on my mental health. So I feel overwhelmed, I feel stressed very easily. I get foggy minded, but that's me. We're not here today to talk about me. We're here to talk about you. So for you, what is it when you think about being in the best shape of your life? What comes up? And by the way, feel free to comment below. I'm not sending you personal training. I'm not a personal trainer, but this is how I sold personal training for years. And this is how I went from struggling to sell a single PT session and having clients saying, yeah, I'll think about it. I'm not kidding. I had 17 consultations in one day and not a single client went ahead because I was just talking about them buying a package of PT and it just became a cost to them instead of them seeing the value. When I shifted to only talking about the transformation, I started taking on clients for £2,000, £3,000, even £5,000 UK pounds, let alone dollars. So I only needed a few clients a month and I can make £10,000, £15,000 per month in revenues. But enough about me, let's get back to you. When you think about your business, are you being clear enough on the transformation that you create. When we look at business, most of our businesses are bloated. There's too much going on. We add services to solve another problem. We're not making enough money with the services that we've got, so what's the solution? Let's add some more services, or let's buy another product range. The amount of salons that I've worked with over the years, and they keep on adding all of these different products, and I say, why are you investing in another product range? Well, we're not making enough money right now, so we realize we need to keep up with the times, and this product's really, really popular now. Okay, cool, but you've just invested another $20,000 in another product range that may or may not sell, and the chances are, if what you've already got isn't selling, adding to your product range is only going to inflate the problem, because now you've got more costs and you've got more stress and you get more distracted with having too many things to sell. Remember, every individual product that you sell needs what I call a sales ecosystem around it. So you need to say, right, what is the marketing for that product? Well, how does the message land that this product is going to be for them? And then from there, well, what is the sales funnel? How do we bring people in for this product? And then what's the process? Is there a consultation process? Do we make clients apply because it's a more premium product and we want to make sure it's the right product for the right fit for the right person? The list is endless, and the more products you add, the more you're overcomplicating your entire life and the more you're going to feel like you're spinning plates. So let's back up here for a moment. Imagine from tomorrow you wake up and you say, forget everything else. I'm going to eliminate 90% of everything, all the products and services I sell forever. And instead, all I'm going to do is focus on the transformation that I can create in the life of my client. So if you're a sales trainer like me, I'm not going to sell sales training, I'm going to sell sales transformation. Or if you're a beauty therapist, I'm not going to sell facials and a package of treatments. I'm going to sell that I will be your trusted skin advisor over the next 3, 6 to 12 months, and I will work closely with you so you look and feel the best you've felt in a decade. This is the sort of language that we need, and then we need to be very specific to the clients that we are helping. So you need to know what it is, what's that transformation. And you can go deep with the problem that you solve, but then look at, well, what's the ultimate change? If money was no object, it's one of my favorite questions. If a client could throw $100,000 at you to solve the problem, how would you go about it? Because that opens up the doors entirely. A lot of the time we limit ourselves through the fact that we're, I want to charge. I mean, I have hundreds of conversations per year, and I'm not kidding, hundreds of conversations per year with business owners. And I say, what is it? What's the transformation that you're wanting to create in the life of your client? And I hear this again and again. They don't come back with the transformation. They say, well, I want to charge around about £800 for this. I say, for what? How did you come up with that number? Well, I need to make that money because if I can sell 5, hold on a second, you're thinking about yourself. It's not about you. What's the value to the client? Forget the money. And they say, yeah, but if I'm not focused on the money, then I'm going to be a people pleaser. Well, hold on a second. If you focus entirely on the client first, you're probably going to come up with something that's worth £8,000, let alone £800. And it's going to be easier to sell the £8,000 offer over an £800 one because you're clear on the outcome, the transformation that you create in the life of your client. So for you, what is the biggest change? If money was no object, if your clients threw 100K at you, what change could you create in their life? And remember this, the sale is only as big as the conversation that you're willing to have. And most of your competition, they're not willing to have big conversations. They stay stuck in small land of, let's look at booking you in for your next treatment. Let's book a package of 5 and save 10%. And none of this is brave, big conversation. You don't need to be brave. I don't like that terminology, but none of this is big conversation saying, hey, you came to see me for a reason. I like to change people's lives. It's the way that I operate. I don't have loads of clients, and the clients that I truly connect with, I'm in this to, most of my clients become friends, and I mean this. My clients in my world, they become my friends because I work with them for so many years, and we achieve a transformation and we say, well, how are we going to hit, $500,000 next year? How do we hit $1 million the following year? One of my clients recently, she's got up to over 500,000 followers across social media. She's selling for £8,000 a client. As a hairdresser, you heard me right, as a hairdresser. She came in to work with me doing the same as every other single hairdresser, selling at 40 quid a session, so on and so forth. You have an opportunity to position yourself in a way that you become the trusted advisor to your client, and you differentiate through price. This is one of the first ways and most underrated ways that we differentiate our expertise. We overwhelm ourselves with going on different marketing courses, learning from different mentors, and coming up with really clever ways to try and market our business. And we know most of the time, I've done it myself, it doesn't work. Where we can step back from everything and say, well, the number one way that you can differentiate is you can charge significantly more than everybody else in your industry. Yeah, but what if I price myself out? Great, that's a good thing, because now you're not falling into that red ocean with the rest of your competition. The market is confused. When the market looks at you and then looks at everybody else charging the same amount as you, they're going to be confused. They're not going to know, even if you have an amazing offer, they're not going to see your uniqueness and they're not going to understand why they should work with you. However, if you were charging, say, £8,000 like my client per client, then you're in a position, 95% of your potential clients that were in this previous market, they might not even like you. How dare she charge that amount of money? That's unreasonable that anyone would pay that for whatever service you offer. But the reality is there is a market that's always willing to pay a premium, especially as we enter this world of AI where everything's being commoditized, everything's being automated. There is a real move in the market to work with genuine leaders in their craft. I don't say experts because everybody's an expert these days, apparently. We're looking for great leadership in the specific area. So the clients I work with, they know my level of expertise. That's a given. It's 2025, 2026, whenever you're watching this video, it is a given that you have to have that level of expertise. What we're looking for is that the individual who can help you, that they are a leader and they're able to lead you. If you're going to give them 5 grand, 10 grand, whatever the amount, they're able to lead you in a way that is empowering, that a way that challenges you. It's one of the big things with my clients, which they don't always like me for, and then they do, is that I'm willing to challenge them. So we had a call just a few days ago, and before the call, I sent a group message because we run a group program, and I said, listen, I appreciate that some of you might not be able to make the call today, but what I need is a reason why you cannot make the call. And the reason why I said that is because I believe that when you're an expert in what you do and you're a leader in what you do specifically, you are in control of your diary. It's one of the first things. I can talk about this in another video, but you need to be in control of your diary. And if you're reactive and you cannot make a call and you're saying, well, Pete, I can't make a call because I'm fully booked, that's a problem. In actuality, I don't care if somebody attends a call or not. I care, are they following the advice and the implementation, and are they winning back the most important asset that they have, which is their time? Let's bring it all the way back to the beginning of this video. How will your client's life be completely different within 90 days of working with you in the specific area that you can help? Drop your comments below. Let me know if you want me to go deeper on this topic. As you can probably imagine, this is by far my favorite topic to talk about. This is what I've taught and helped the biggest brands on planet Earth. Last year, I consulted for one of the biggest brands, cruise ship brands on planet Earth. I went to 21 cruise ships around the world. I trained over 1,000 team members across the spa and gym, helped them to sell for thousands. I'm not going to say which cruise line, but I helped them to sell for thousands, and yeah, the results were phenomenal. This happens again and again. Whether you're starting out in business, whether you've been in business 20 plus years, you want to be offering transformations that change your client's life. And the final thing I will say on it right now is that it's exciting to change your client's life. You will be excited when you get paid 5K, 10K, 15K, whatever the amount, because then you can start showing up for your client in a completely different way, because ultimately you grow into the amount you charge. When you undercharge, you will grow small, you'll grow into those worries and fears of everybody else who undercharges. When you charge properly, a premium, you're going to grow into the confidence, the certainty, you're going to be able to show up in a way that makes sense for your audience, and you're going to ooze that certainty in what you do. And that is why your clients, the right clients, are going to trust you and why they're going to invest with you. Thanks so much for being here. Drop a comment below. Let me know a couple of things. Number one, what you've taken from this video. What has been the biggest aha moment in this time together right now? And number two, if you want me to go deeper on any of this that I've talked about today, let me know and I will create a video. If we start to get some consistent comments, I'll create a video based on that topic. Have a good one. See you later.